Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 1-1 of October-November 2012. Okay, let's move on to question number 1. Here we have fractions and this is subtraction. So as you can see here, we have mixed number. So the first thing we need to do is to expand them. So 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2 is 17. So this becomes 17 over 5 minus 2 times 6 will be 12 plus 5 is 17 as well. That will be over 6. So now you see the base are different. What do? You find the LCM. You can just multiply them by each other and then you cross multiply. So 17, so 6 times 17 minus 5 times 17. Okay, simplify. 17 is common, you can take it out. You have 6 minus 5 and then below will be 30. So 6 minus 5 is 1. 17 over 30. So your answer for part 1 will be 17 over 30. Now moving on to part B. So same thing here. When you see mixed number, expand. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 3 is 15. So this is 15 over 4. And then when you see divide, you have to convert this to multiply. And how do you do this? So the first ones remain the same, so 2 over 3. Then divide becomes multiply, and this one becomes upside down. So now we can just multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 15 is 45. So your answer is 8 over 45. Question number 2. Here we have evaluate 0.7 plus 0.2 times 0.3. So we have to follow the rule of BODMAS. It tells you the order of operations. So here we have plus and multiply. So we first have to do multiply and then addition. So what is this times this? So first you do this times this. 2 times 3 is 6. Then we count the decimal place. Here we have 1. Here we have 1. So we have 2. So 1, 2. So 0.7 plus 0.06, here is 0.76. That will be your answer for part A. Now part B, you have to divide this. So what can you do? So first thing, let's just say you want to remove this decimal place. How would you do that? You have to move 2 places. 1, 2. So if you move 2 here, you have to also move 2 up. It means it will become 90. 90 divided by 6. Now divide by 3, we have 30. You have 2, you have 1, 15. So your answer will be 15 for part B. Moving on to question number 3. Alice and Brenda shares $300. So that Alice share and the share is 327. So let's call Alice A and Brenda B and the shares is 327. So what is the total number of shares? 3 plus 7 is 10 shares in total, right? How much more does Brenda receives than Alice? So how much more does she receive than Alice? So 7 minus 3, she receives 4 more shares. But we know this, so what does 10 shares represent? So 10 shares represents $300. How much does 4 shares represent? So 4 shares will be $300 divided by 10 times 4. That becomes 120. So she received 120 more than Alice. Now part B, find the simple interest on $200 for 4 years at 2% per year. So I, interest, is equal to PRT. So you have to remember this by using I am pretty. So I is equal to PRT. So let's replace. So P is the investment, $200. R is the rate, 2%. Times T is the time in years. So that will be the values. So now let's simplify. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So your answer will be $16 for part B. Now for part 4, arrange this length in order of size, starting with the smallest. So as you can see, it is kind of hard to compare because we have centimeter, millimeters, kilometers, and meters. So it's kind of hard to compare. So one thing we can do is we can convert everything to meters and then compare. This is 2.25 meters times 1,000. 1, 2, 3. That will be 21 meters. And this one will be, we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So this will be 2.2 meters. How about this one? We know that this is, we have to divide by 1,000. So 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeter. So in this case, 2.3 meters. And for this one, just to write this down, it is 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meter. So we have to times 1,000. 1, 2, 3, so 21 meters. So now we can rearrange. Since everything has the same unit, we can compare them directly. So which one is the smallest? This one is the smallest, so 2. And then we have this one. No, this one is the smallest. I made a mistake here. 2.2 will be 220 centimeters the smallest. Then this one, which is 2.25 meters. And then we have this one. And the last one is this one, 0.021 km. Moving on to question number 5. Pierre goes on a holiday from France to UK. His journey takes 4 hours and 43 minutes. It ends at 2:13 on Saturday. At what time on Friday did his journey start? So you have to minus, right? So this is the time AM, so 0.213 AM. So we know that usually midnight, like midnight is this, but we know that this is a complete circle, which is also 24 hours, same thing, right? So if you want to write this, you can add that to that, it will become 26:13. And then you have to minus the time it takes, which is 4 hours and 43 minutes to find the start time. So 3 minus 3 is 0. This is 5. That will be 6. 6 minus 4 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And then 5 minus 4 is 1, and 21. So he start at 21:30, or you could write 9:30 p.m. So that will be part A. Now part B. Pierre changes 400 euros into pounds. The exchange rate is 1 euro to this much pounds. How many pounds he received? So we have 1 euro is equal to 0.845. Now he has 400 euros, so he has to times 400. 5 times 400. So we can first cut the 2 zeros, so you can move 2 decimal place. So here we have 84.5 times 4. So let's do this here. 84.5 times 4, what do we have? That will be 20. 4 times 4 is 16, that will be 18. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 1 will be 33. Here we have 1 decimal place, 1 decimal place. So your answer is 338.0. So here it is 338 pounds. Now number 6, write this number in standard form. So we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It become 3.4 times 10 power of minus 5. Now for this part, we can multiply directly. This times this, that will be 20, times this, 10 power 8, times this. So when we have times, it becomes plus 7. So 20 times 10 power 15, that will be 2 times 10 power 16. That will be your answer for number 6. Moving on to question 7. Estimate the correct to the nearest whole number, the value of this. So when you say whole number, usually it does not have decimal place. So you would say 72.8 is approximately 72 for a whole number, right? And then pi is usually 3.142, but that is whole number, that will be 3. So replace those two values in the equation here, in the fraction. So we have 72 divided by 3. That'll be 3. Let's try to find the calculation here. So what is that? So 3 times 2, 1, 24. So square root of 24. And what is closest to square root of 24? You would say 24 is close to 25. So replace that in. That will be approximately 25. So equal to 5. Your answer correct to the nearest whole number will be 5. Now for part B, the values of 3 cube roots correct to 1 decimal place is given below. Use as much of the above information to find the value of this. So here we have cube root of 0.005. So first thing we ask ourselves, what is this number? What does 0.005 equal to? It equals to 5 divided by 1000. So now we place this back in this cube root. We have this 5 by 1000. So now let's break it down. So it becomes cube root of 5 divided by cube root of 1000. So here we know that already this is the value, which is 1.7 divided by, so we know that 10 times 10 times 10 is 1000. So this becomes 10. So 0.17 will be your answer for part B. Now moving on to question number 8. The mean mass of Ali, Ben and Carl is 40 kg. The mass of Dan is 48 kg. Find the mean mass of the 4 boys. So for 3 boys, the mean mass was 40. So what was the total mass for 3 boys? It becomes 3 times 40. That will be 120. So now what is the total mass for 4 boys? It will be 120 plus 48. That will be 168. So mean mass for 4 boy becomes 168 divided by 4. So divide by 2. Divide by 4 directly. Become 4, 2. So 42 will be the mean mass of the 4 boys. So now question number 9. It says y is inversely proportional to x. So write this down. Y is inversely proportional to x, which means y equal to k divided by x. Now, given that y is this, when x equal to this, so we first have to find the value of k. K will be x times y, so x was 20. Y is 1 over 5 will be 4. So the new equation is y equal to 4 over x. Now, we have to find the value of y when x equal to this. So y becomes 4 divided by x. Simplify, becomes times 7. That becomes 28. That's the value of y. Now question number 10. In the diagram, the triangle ABC is an equilateral. So it means that all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal. So this will be 60, 60, and 60. Now, the bearing of B from A is 75. Part A, find the bearing of C from A. C from A will be 75 plus 60. 5, 13. So 135 will be the bearing of C from A. Now, find the bearing of C from B. So from B, we have to try to draw a north line here on the point B. And we have to know what are we looking for. So let's draw this here too. So bearing of C from B, we're looking for this angle here. Right. So one thing that can help, we can also draw one here. So this is just a north line. And we need to find this angle. So bearing of C from B, so as you can see, you can break down it into 2 parts. This is the big angle, 180. And then this is the small angle, we don't know how much it is. So how do we do this? So we can observe and see what's possible. So here is equal to this angle, these two. This is 180, and we want to find the value of the small one. So we just have to observe, as you can see the two lines are in the same direction. So this north line and this north line are in the same direction. So what does it mean? It means that the alternate angles are the same. So if this line and this line are in the same direction and they are joined by a line, it means this angle is equal to this angle here. So this is 75, this also will be 75. So this will be 75 minus 60, that will be 15. So what is this big angle? It will be 180 plus 15. So your answer here will be 180. That will be 591. So 195 will be the bearing of the angle C from B. Moving on to question number 11. In an experiment, 4 dice are thrown and the number 5s are recorded. The experiment is repeated 12 times. The table shows the results. Okay, let's find the answers now. So part A, write down the mode of the of this experiment. So the mode is the most frequency. It is this one, so 3. 3 is the mode. And then find the median. Median will be half of the number of times. So once we have the frequency, which is 12, we have to find 12 plus 1 divided by 2, that will be 13 divided by 2, that will be 6.5 elements. So what is before 6.5? It's 6, after will be 7. So we have to find the average of those two values for these elements. So for 6, so here we have 1, so 2, 3, right? So it has 2, 4, 5, 6 will be here, and 7 also will be here. So 6 and 7 value will be 3 here. So if you want to write this down, you can write this down as this. So the first one is 0, second one is 1, 1, this one is 2, 2, 2, and then 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then 4, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here, as you can see, we have to find the 6th element and the 7th element. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th will be here. So we have to find the average of those two elements. So you become 2 plus 3 divided by 2, that will be 2.5. Your value will be 2.5 for the median value. And moving on to question number 12, we have a bag containing 1 red ball. So we have 1 red ball and 3 blue balls. Now, 2 balls are taken from the bag at random without replacement. The tree diagram that represents all the outcomes is shown below, first ball and second ball. Now let's have a look. So we have to write this and this tree. So for the first ball, what is the chance of you picking up a red ball? It is 1 over, so we have 4 balls in total. So 1 over 4, so blue will be 3 over 4. So now if we take 1 red ball, what's remaining? Remaining will be 3 balls. We have 0 red ball and 3 blue balls if you take off the red. So this, in this draw, you will have 0 and 1. So now if you take off a blue ball, what you will have remaining? 3 balls in total. That will be 1 red and 2 blue. So for it to be red here, it will be 1 over 3, and blue will be 2 over 3. And this will be your tree diagram. So part A, write down the, okay, this is done. Find the chances that the second ball is red. So for the second ball is red, it can be red and red, or it can be blue and red. So what is red and red? It is 1 over 4 times 0, so that will be 0, plus blue and red, 3 over 4 times 1 over 3. That becomes 1 over 4, for the value in B. Okay, so now moving on to question 13. The mass of a box is 2 kilograms. Correct the nearest kilogram. So 2 kilogram nearest kilogram. Nearest 1 kilo. Part 1. Write down the lower bound of the mass of the box. So first thing, we write the measurement. Say plus minus 1 by 2. That will be. So 2 plus half will be 2.5, and 2 minus half will be 1.5. Lower bound will be 1.5 kg. Now part B. The mass of a can is 350 grams. Correct the nearest 10 grams. So 10 grams. So the first thing we need to do is we can write down the upper and lower bound. So plus minus 10 divided by 2. That will be, so 355, and here will be 345. Just for now. Now question. Giving your answer in kilogram, calculate the lower bound of the total mass of the box. So box will be this one, top one, and the 20 identical cans. So total mass. We have to find the lower bound. So very easy. So first thing, we know what is the lower bound of the box. It will be 1.5 plus 20. What is the lower bound of the cans? It is 345 grams. So what is in kilogram? It will be 0.345 kilograms. So let's find that value. So let's first do 20. So 0.345 times 20. So 0, and then 2 times 5 will be 10. That will be 9 and 6. So 3 decimal place, 1, 2, 3. That will be 6.9. So 1.5 plus 6.9, that will be 8.4 kg. Your answer will be 8.4 kg. Moving on to question 14. Part A, evaluate this. So 5 power 1 is 5, plus 5 power 0 is 1. That will be 6. Now, if you have power of minus 2, you have to make it plus 2. You have to flip the inside upside down. That becomes 2 here. And then 3 power 2 over 4 power 2. That becomes 9 over 16, which will be your answer. Now, part B, you have to bring the power inside. 2 power 3. 2 times 3. That will be 2, 3x 6, which is 8x 6. So that is your answer for part B. Moving on to question 15. The diagram shows the plan for a rectangular garden measuring 11 by 9. Now, all the angles are right angles. The pond is a square of side 4. So the pond is a square of side 4. 4 and 4, right? Now the path are 1 meter wide. So the path here is 1 meter wide. And the remainder of the garden is the lawn. So here we have the lawn. Question part 1. Find the perimeter of the lawn. So how do you find the distance around the lawn? So this is 1, this is 9, this will be 8. Let's find. So this is 1, this is 4, this is 1, so this is 6, this will be 5. And this is 1. So we have this is 8 already. This is 8. So let's find out what is this length. So this is 4 plus 1. This will be 5 as well. 5 will be this length. And now what is this length? This is 4 plus 1, 5. And what is this length? That will be 8 minus 5 will be 3. And what is this length? 11 minus 1 will be 10. So perimeter will be 5. Let's do it. 5 plus 8 plus 10 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5. So this will be 10. So 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 5 is 25. So 25 plus this 2 will be 11. That will be 36. So this will be your answer for part A. Now part B, find the total area of the path. So how do you find the area of the path? You can just find the area of everything minus the area of the pond and the area of the lawn. So let's do that. What is the area of this big lot? It is 9 times 11. That will be 99. Now minus the area of the pond. Pond is 4 times 4. And what is the area of the lawn? We have to break it down into two parts. If you draw this line here, that will be 5. So 5 times 5 will be area of the square, plus this one will be 10 times 3. Let's simplify. We have 99 minus 16 plus 25 plus 30. So let's add this up. We will have this will be 55. Now 16 plus 55 will be what? That will be 11, 1, 71. Let's check. 171, correct. Now we have to do 99 minus 71. So 99 minus 71, that will be 28 meters square. That will be part B. Now part C, the paths are paved with square tiles of side 50. They are square, same side everywhere. 50 centimeters. How many tiles are used? So now you know the area of the path is meters, so convert this, will be 0.5 meters, right? So 0.5, 0.5. So you want to find the number of tiles. You just find the area of one tile. It will become 0.5 times 0.5. That will be, so 25 times 5 is 25. We have two decimal place, becomes 0.25. So number of tiles will be the total area, which is 28, divided by 0.25, which is, we can do this, divided by 25, divided by 5 will be 5, 5360, 51 becomes 1, becomes 1 and 2. The answer is 112. So part C will be 112 tiles are used for this path. Moving on to question 16, find A inverse. So this is very easy. You have to use the formula. A inverse is equal to 1 over determinant of A times adjacent matrix of A. So let's find this first. This is equal to, we cross multiply, 3 times 1 minus 0 times 0, it becomes 3. This one is equal to, we switch those two positions, 1 over 3, 0, 0. So A inverse is equal to 1 over determinant, which is 3, times 1, 0, 0, 3. And if you bring this in, it will become 1 over 3, 0, 0, 1. This will be your answer for part A. Now, part B, describe fully the transformation that is represented by A. So A is equal to 3, 0, 0, 1. As you can see, it is in the form of K, 0, 0, 1. So when you have K here and 0, 0, 1 here in this form, it means that it is a stretch. Factor of K, and when this is here, it is y-axis as invariant line. So now to give you the other example, if it is written as this 1, 0, 0, K, this is still a stretch, still with factor K, but it is y-axis as invariant line. So in this case, let's write down, it is a transformation is, it is a stretch with stretch factor 3 and y-axis as invariant line. So this is your 1 mark here and your 2 mark here. So 2 marks, these 2 points are important. Question number 17. The quadrilateral ABCD is bounded by the lines. So we have this shape, and these are the lines that we have. So we have to label the lines on this shape. So where's this line? It will be this line. Where's this one? It will be this one. And how about this one? So this one, you can see it is a positive gradient, it is going up. It will be this one. 2y equal to x, this one. And then this one, as you can see, if you write this in the form of, it is negative, it is going down, it will be this one. So x plus y equal to 9. Okay, now we say that the region inside is defined by 4 inequalities. 2 of these are this and this. So now write down the other 2. So we have this one, which is given to us, and this one, which is given to us. So we have to find this one. Below this line, it will be x plus y less than 9, and on the right of this line, it will become x more than 1. Now part B. How many points with integer coordinates lie inside the quadrilateral? So you can either use the diagram itself, as you can see here. You have a few points. This is 3. It's right in between, and we will have this point, and this is 5. It will be here. This is 3. As you can see, we have a few points which are inside the shape. So we just need to find out if this point here and this point here is inside or not. That's all. So let's find out. So for now, we count how many points. We count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have to find out if these 2 are inside. So the value of x is 4 on this line. So if x is 4, what's the value of y? Let's find out. Y will be 5. Okay, so it is exactly on the line, so it will not be inside. So we don't count this one. And how about this one? The value of x is 2. So what is the value of y? Y will be 7. So it is exactly on the line. We don't count this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So number of points will be 9 points. So you can do this way, or you can solve the inequalities. That we have 4 inequalities, this, this, and this, to find the points inside the quadrilateral. Now moving on to question number 18. We have this one. We have to factorize. We take out 5, take out p. We have 4 plus 5 p. That will be your answer. Part 2. 9 is 3 square minus 2 square t square. It becomes 3 square minus 2t square, and then that becomes 3 minus 2t, 3 plus 2t. Part C. We have to factorize this. And how do we do that? So what is this? So minus 4 x squared, it can be written as minus 4x times x. And what is 9? 9 can be written as 1 times 9, or 3 times 3. Now, for us to get the value of plus 35, we can do this one. We can do this one. So 9 here becomes minus 9. So we have minus 4x times minus 9 will be 36. And then for it to become 35, we have to minus 1. So this is the factorization of this one. So your answer will be minus 4x minus 1, x minus 9. That will be question 18. question number 19. In the diagram, the dashed line is a line of symmetry, which means that this side is equal to this side. Find the value of x. So we have these angles here. So this will be the same as well. This is also the same here. This will be x as well. Okay, so how do you find the angle of symmetry? This will be 90. So let's count. Let's do one by one. So what shape is this? This is one side, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is a hexagon. And what side is half of this? It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentagon. So we have to form a formula using the formula for angles of shape. So let's do that. So we can try. Let's try to use half first. Half. Let's use this side. This will be a pentagon, has 5 sides. So 5 minus 2 times 180. That will be what? So 3 times 180. That will be 540. So the sum of all the angles will be 540. So let's write that down. So on this side will be, we have 90 plus 90 plus 5x will be 540. 5x will be 540 minus 180. And 5x is equal to what? So let's do that. 540 minus 180. 0. 4, 10, 2, 6, 360. So x will be 360 divided by 5. That becomes 7, 1, 2, 72 degrees. So value of x will be 72. I think the other way as well to do this is to don't look at this line, just do everything together. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So 6 sides. We'll use a different formula, which is 6 minus 2 times 180, which is 4 times 180. That will become 0, 2, and 720. So the sum of all the angles will be 720. So let's add everything together. We have 2x. So 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. So 10x will be 720. So x will be 72. So different approach but same answers. So your answer x will be 72 degrees for question number 19. Question number 20. We have part A, find f of x inverse. So first step is to let y equal to f of x, which is x plus 3 over 2. Then we cross multiply, we have 2y equal to x plus 3. Now make x the subject of formula, we have 2y minus 3. So f of x will be in terms, f of inverse, it will be in terms of x, so change y to x, we have 2x minus 3. Now, given that this and this equal to a, this, find the values of a and b. So replace those values in the function. So, what is f of minus 9? It is, so as you can see, x is here. We have to replace the value of x by minus 9. Minus 9 plus 3. That will become minus 6 over 2. That will be minus 3. Now what is f of t? It will become t plus 3 over 2. So let's do that. I'll replace in the equation here. We have minus 3 plus t a plus bt. So simplify this part. We have to do the LCM. What do we have? We will have minus 6 plus t plus 3 divided by 2. That will become minus 3 plus t divided by 2. That will become minus 3 over 2 plus 1 over 2t. So a is this, b is this. Value of a will be minus 3 over 2 and b is 1 over 2. Now question number 21. Given that a is equal to this set and b equal to this set, find the number of A union B. So let's first find out the set A union B. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So number count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we just have to add these two together, but not repeat the number. So we don't repeat this number. So we rewrite everything together, but just don't repeat them. You'll have this set. So 7 will be your answer. Now part B, we have a PQR going on. This is the universal set. In the Venn diagram, write each of the letters PQR in its appropriate subset. Given that part 1, P is inside, so X intersection Y intersection Z. So P is here. It is intersection of all the three sets. Now Q, it is X dash outside of X, intersection of outside of Y. Here now, outside of Q. So if you take everything out, let's do that. If you take the prime out, what do you have? You have X union Y union Z prime. So it will be outside. That will be Q. And the last one is X union Y. X union Y prime will be outside. So this Z will be here. So that will be the value of R. This is your answer for part B. Question number 22. This one will be a circle question. So in the diagram, the points A, B, and D, C and D lie on the circle, as you can see here. Now it says BD is a diameter, and now we have tangents from T touches the circle at B and C. Okay, so let's do the question. Part 1, it says to find angle BTC. So where's BTC? BTC, so find this angle. So these two are tangents, which means they are the same length. If this is 56, this also will be 56. So what is this? 180 minus 56 minus 56. That will become, we'll take 2, 6, 20. 20 minus 12 will be 8. And 16 minus 10 will be 6. So 68 will be this angle here. So answer part A will be 68 degrees. Part B, ADB. Where's ADB? ADB. Find this angle. So how do you find this angle? So you can see that this is on the arc AB, and this is also on the arc AB. So it means that this reflects here. So this is the same as 52. Now, part C, BDC. So BDC, find this angle. So how do we find this angle? So this angle will be the same as what? So it will be the same as, if you reflect, this one. So for this part we have to use a new rule. It's not a new rule, but it's called the alternate segment theorem. So I can show it to you by a separate image. So if you have a circle here, let's say, for example, if you have a triangle here and you have tangent here, the angle here will be equal to the angle here. So if that is A, that will be A. So this is the alternate segment theorem. So which means that if this is 56, this also will be 56. So we're looking for the angle BDC. So BDC will be 56. Now for the last part, ABC. So ABC, you have to find this big angle here. So you can use this by using the this big quadrilateral, which means that the opposite side always add up to 180. So this will be 180 minus 52 minus 56. That will become So 7, 10, that will become 2, and this one will be 7. 72 will be the angle ABC, 72 degrees. And that's it for question number 22. Moving on to question number 23. The diagram is a speed-time graph of parts of a train's journey. So as you can see, we have two parts. One is going down and one is going up. The train slows down uniformly from a speed of 50 to a speed of 10. So it slows down in this space in 20 seconds. During the next 30 seconds, it accelerates uniformly to a speed of u. We don't know, it's u. Now part A. Calculate the retardation from t equal to 0 to t equal to 20. So we have to find the deceleration from this point to this point. So this will be 20. So when we have a speed time graph, retardation is the gradient of the triangle. So let's find out. So what is this height? 50 minus 10, that will be 40. And the base is 20. So the gradient is always equal to height divided by base. That will be 2. So your answer is 2 meters per second square. Now part B. Calculate the speed of the train when t equal to 15. So 15 will be here. Will be about this point. Let's say this is 15. So we can draw this line up. And we are trying to find the corresponding speed. Let's call this v. So we can use something called the triangles. As you can see here, this distance is 20 minus 5. This will be 5. And we're looking for this height. So how much is this height? This height is v minus 10. So what do we know? We know that this line here has gradient of 2, which means this and this also has the same gradient. So let's find out. V minus 10 divided by the base should be equal to 2. Now find the value of v. So v minus 10 is 10. V will be 20. So 20 will be your answer for part B. Now part C. Calculate the distance traveled by the train from this to this. So when we have a speed time graph, the distance traveled is always equal to area under graph to t20. So here you can see we have this shape. So you can use two methods. One is you can find the area of this triangle and find the area of this rectangle, or you can find the area of trapezium. So let's try both. So first one is area of triangle. This will be half times base, which is 20, times height, which is 40, plus area of the rectangle, which will be 20 times 10. That will be 400 plus 200, that will be 600. Now the other method you can use is to find area of trapezium. So this whole length is 50, and this length here will be 10, and distance in between will be 20. So we do half times sum of both sides, it will be 50 plus 10 times distance in between will be 20. That will be 10, so that will be 600 as well. So same answer but two different methods. So your answer here part C will be 600 meters. Now part D, the size of the acceleration is half the size of the retardation. Find the value of u. So retardation was 2. It means that the acceleration is 2 divided by 2 for half becomes 1. So now when we have a speed time graph, we know that the acceleration is equal to the gradient of the triangle. What is this height? It will be u minus 10. And what is the base? It is 50 minus 20. That will be 30. So how do you find the gradient of this triangle? Height divided by base. So height is u minus 10. Base is 30. will be equal to 1. So cross multiply, we have u minus 10 equal to 30. So value of u will be 40. So 40 will be u. And that is question number 23. Question number 24. The diagram shows the points A is minus 1, 8, B is 7, 2. So 2 points. Find the midpoint of AB. So we use a formula. So midpoint, so we have to replace the value of x1 and x2. So this one is x1 plus x2 will be 6 divided by 2. y2 plus y1 will be 10 divided by 2. That becomes 3 and 5. Midpoint is 3, 5. Now, this is B. B is minus 3, 10, minus 3, 4. Find the coordinates of C. So from the point B is 7, 2. We have to move minus 3, 4 to go to C. So it becomes 4 and 6. That will be the coordinates of C. 4 and 6. Now part 2. Given that the length of this 2 is this, find the value of K. So we have to find AB plus BC. So let's find AB. AB will be OB minus OA. That will be point B is 7, 2 minus A is minus 1 and 8. That will be 8 and minus 6. So now we have to plus those two. So let's do AB plus BC. AB is 8 minus 6. BC will be minus 3, 4. That will be 5 and minus 2. So modulus of this 2 of this vector will be square root of K. Find the value of K. So that will be square root of 5 square plus minus 2 square. That will be 25 plus 4 square root of 29 equal to square root of K. So K will be equal to 29. So that was question number 24. Moving on to question number 25. The sequence of positive integers is arranged in the pattern below. So we have 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, it goes on and on. Now, complete the row n. That will be, so 3n minus 1. So that will be 3n. So as you can see here, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 1 is 3. So this one will be, so this one is minus 1 to obtain this one, so this one will be minus 2. 3n minus 2. So because 12 minus 2 is 10, 9 minus 2 is 7, so same thing. This is the same thing happening here. Now for part B, complete. The table shows some results obtained from this pattern. Now it says the row number is 1, 2, 3, 4. The square of the middle number is 4. So here, so 4, 25, 64. Row 4 will be 11 square, 121. And then the product of the first and last number in the row. So okay, that's the product, and that's the square of the mid number. Complete the row, the column for row number 4. So let's do that. This one will be the square of the mid number, will be square of 11. That will be 121. And this one will be the product of the first and the last number. So for the 4, first and last will be 120. Now it says that n, x, and y. Find an expression in terms of n for y. How do you find y? Y is the product of the first and last. So first is this one and last is this one. So let's do that. 3n minus 2 times 3n. That becomes, expand, we have 9n square minus 6n. So this will be You answer for y. Now, part 3. Show that x minus y is always equal to 1. So find the value of x. What is x? X is a square of the middle value, this one. So x is equal to 3n minus 1 square. Expand this, we have 9 minus 6n plus 1. So we have to show x minus y. So x minus y. So replace the value of x. X will be 9n square minus 6n plus 1 minus y will become this. So expand, we have 9n square minus 6 plus 1 minus 9n square plus 6n. So these two. So answer will be 1. So shown as required. Now moving on to question number 26. The diagram at the bottom of the page show the lines AB and BC. So that's the two line AB and BC. Now part 1. By measuring the angle, find the reflex angle of ABC. So ABC reflex will be this angle. So let's first measure this angle so we can find this outside. So we have to use our protractor to find the side of this angle. So let's find out the size of the angle. So we go exactly on the point B and then we measure. So you can see this line goes to, this is 90, this will be 94. So this is 94, so this one will be 360 minus 94, that will be 6, and that will be 26. So angle reflex will be 266. Now for part B, the point D is on the opposite side of AC to B. So it will be on this side, the point D. Now it says CD is equal to CB and AD equal to 10. So what is the side of CB? Let's find the length of CB. Let's use our compass. So CB will be about this length. So it means that the length of CD is equal to the length of CB. So we have to draw an arc on this side. That's the first step. And then it says AD is equal to 10. So we have to measure 10 from the ruler. So 10 will be on this, about this length. And then you have to go to point A and intersect the first arc to find the point D. So point A. Okay, so now we intersect the first one. So it will be about this point. So the point of intersection will be the point D. So now let's join all the points together to form the quadrilateral ABCD. So this will be A to D and D to C. And that's it for question part B. Now question part C. On the diagram, construct the locus of points inside that are equidistant from A and B. So we have to find the perpendicular bisector of line AB. Let's do that. This is the line AB. So we have to use our compass to draw the bisector of AB. So go to point B, measure distance which is more than halfway of AB. So it will be about here. Draw an arc on top, arc at the bottom. And then with the same distance, go to A, intersect the first one and the second one. So here you will see you have 2 points 2 points of intersection here and here. So we have to join those two to form the bisector of the line AB. So remember, it has to be inside the ABCD, no, not outside. This will be the answer for part 1. Part 2, now we have to find equidistant from BC and BA. So you can see we have B in common, so it needs to be bisector of angle B. So we use our compass again. We go to point B. You have to measure distance. You cut the line AB and the line BC. You go to this same point, draw an arc inside, and come to this point and cut the first arc. It will be here. So the point B and this point, you have to join them together to form the bisector of angle B. So that is your answer for part 2. Now for part D, on the diagram, shade the region inside containing the points that are, first condition, nearer to A than to B. It means that it needs to be nearer to A on this side than to B. And second condition is nearer to BC than to BA. Nearer to BC will be on top than to BA. So your answer can only be in this section. It needs to be inside the ABCD. So that's it for question number 26. Moving on to question 27. So express as a single matrix, you have to move this in. We have -2, -4, 0, 2, minus 1, 2, -3. So minus 1 by 1, -2 minus 1 will be -3, -4 minus -3 will be -1, 0 minus 2 is -2, 2 minus 3 will be -1. So this will be your answer for part A. Now for part B, complete the answer below. So matrix X satisfy the equation X times this equal to 8, 5. Now complete the following statement. It is asking you what form must matrix X has so that when it multiplies a 4 by 4 matrix, it will give you a row matrix. This is 2 by 2, sorry, 2 by 2 matrix. It will give you this matrix here. So we can test, right? So X must be in the form of AB. When you have 2, 0, so row by column, or it should be in this form. You have two options. So by observation, you see that if you do this, it will be this, this. So it will be in this form. So matrix X has one row and two columns. Find the value of X. So let's use this one. A, B times this. So let's simplify. We have row by column, so 2A plus 0B. And then we have minus A plus 3B is equal to 8, 5. So equate those two equations. So first one is 2A is equal to 8. So A is equal to 4. And then here we have minus A plus 3B equal to 5. So A is equal to minus 4 plus 3B. 3B is equal to 5 plus 4. So B equal to 9. That will become 3. So the X is equal to, in the form of this matrix, which is AB, A is 4 and B is 3. This is your matrix X. So that was the last question of this paper. If you guys have any requests, any questions, leave a comment down below. And just to advise that by doing all of these questions, the most important thing is really to understand how I received those answers Right now, the answers are not as important. It is really to understand how did I get those answers. On this, I would say thank you for watching and see you next time.